Students, today we will create React Django application. Okay, it is the first video of this series. Actually, we will create many videos for you so that you can easily work on React and Django both. It is the first tutorial of that series. In this tutorial, we will create the API of the Django. Okay. For starting it, you should have Visual Studio Code in your computer already. I have it. Then you should open a folder with it. You can easily open it, and you should install Python and pip, two things in your computer. Okay, Python and pip. Two things should be already installed in your computer. And now I have already installed Python and pip. And now I will create pip environment. In the pip environment, I can easily create the application. Okay. For creating the pip environment, I should install it. Pip install pip env. Okay. And when I will run this command, it will create a pip environment. And now I need to run pip env shell, and it will actually create the virtual environment, and a new pip file will be there. You can see a new pip file will be there, and all the installations which I will do, which will come automatically here. Okay, now I need to install some things like Django, REST framework, these things. Okay, for installing these things, I need to run this command pip env, then install Django, REST framework, and then Django REST knox. Okay, I am going to run this command. You can see it is very easy. Pip install Django REST framework, Django REST knox. Okay, I press enter, and these things will be installed. Okay, you can see that installations have been failed. I think I spelled wrong thing. Django spellings were wrong. Django. Okay, I press again it. The second spelling is again wrong. Django REST framework. I need to again correct that spelling. Okay, let it complete. Then I think okay, you can see it has failed. Django, and again here the spelling was wrong. Django. Okay. Okay, I correct it and I press enter. Now it will install Django REST framework, and Django REST knox. These three things will be installed. You can see these things are coming in this pip file. Django REST framework is coming, Django is coming, and Django REST knox is also coming here. Okay. Now we need to create our application. Okay. For creating the application, we actually need to start the project. Okay. Start the project. For starting the project, we use the command for it, and the command is very easy. Django -admin, and then start project, and project name is housing, because we are creating a housing application. Okay, I press enter. Django, again the spelling is wrong. Django. Okay, Django admin, start project housing. You can see a housing folder has been created, and this folder has another housing folder, and it has a settings.py. This settings.py has all the information that our application will run. For example, it has this SQLite. We will use by default SQLite. Later we can change to Postgres. And another thing here is important, that's manage.py. This manage.py file, the command when we run the command to run the application, this file run firstly. Okay. Now after creating that project, now we need to create the app. Actually, the app which will run, which will have the API. Okay, for creating that application, we need to run this command Django admin start app houses. Okay, okay. Again, the spelling is wrong. DJANGO Django admin start app houses. Okay, before going to this step, I want to show you something. Okay, firstly, we create this houses app, and you can see that this houses has been created here. But I have done it wrong. I need to delete it from here. I need to go to housing folder, cd housing, and in this folder now I need to run that command. This start app houses, Django advanced start app houses, and it will create the houses folder inside the housing application. Remember, there are two housing folder. One is the main housing folder, which is our project folder, and then the housing folder, which is inside the main housing folder. Okay, this houses folder, which will created at the level of housing. Okay, I'm going to run it, and you can see that this has been created. This houses folder has been created. Our all the application code will be written in this houses application, but our main application is this housing, which will run it. Okay. Now I want to show you something that which is very nice. If you will press here Command Shift P or Control Shift P, you will see that I think it should open here. Okay, here you can see that we can select the interpreter. What is its working? It will make your life very easy in Django. You when you are typing a thing, it will automatically type the code which you need it. Okay, here you need to select the interpreter, Python interpreter, and then here you just need to type the word Python. And you can see at the last our housing application is coming. Remember, select that thing which has virtual environment and housing and select it. Now we will get some help from the Django framework also, so that we can easily write the coding. Okay, now we will add our application in the main app. What is our main app? Our main app is housing, and we need to go to settings.py, and in the settings.py we go to installed apps here, and here you need to write the application, like our application name is housing houses, and secondly we are adding the REST framework, which we also need to add. Okay, REST underscore framework. We are going to add REST framework, therefore we also need to add REST framework and houses. Remember, I have opened it from this main application folder housing and then settings.py, and in the installed apps I have written these two lines, houses and REST underscore framework. Okay, now after that when I have added these two in the installed apps variable, now I need to go to create the model. You know that database model. which I will create now. For creating the database model, I will go to the houses app and I create a new file. Okay, I will create a new file. New file name will be that models.py, or I think models.py is already there. Yes, models.py is already there. I just need to write the code in it. Okay, I will remove this code and write my models code. Here I will write the code. I am adding the char field. The name will be the char field, character field. Okay, and it's have max length 100, and then the email. It will be again the char field. No, we change it. We change it to email field. Email field, and it has max length of 100 characters, and then unique. I want that it should be unique. Equal to true, and then the message equal to models dot. It is again the char field. It has max length of 500 characters, and I want that blank equal to true. That it can be blank. User don't need requiredly to write this. Then created at equal to models dot date time field, and then auto now add equal to true. It will automatically add this field. You can see that I have written these things that I created a class, house class, and then I added fields of my model. My models field are there. You can see that my models field are there. After that, after creating the models.py, I need to run the application code so that this is actually a file. Models.py is actually a file. I need to run some commands so that the table will be created. Okay, for creating the table, I need to make migration. Python manage.py and then make migrations. Okay, for making the migrations, make migration houses. Yes, I am running this command. It will make migrations, and now I need to create the table actually. Then for this I need to run the command python manage.py migrate. Remember, Python has some already created stuff. Django has that will be also created by default. And my table houses, you can see it has been also created here. Okay, my table has been created here, and now I need to create the serializer. What is serializer? Let me give you some intro about the serializer. Actually, we go to Django REST framework, which we are going to use now. In Django REST framework, if you go, you can see the topics. Yes, here. Okay. here you can see the serializers. Okay, uh, this is the actually serializers working, how serializers work. Okay, we go to that. Okay, we will do like that. We will do like that. Actually, we will create the class meta and we will add our model into it. Okay, we will do that, and it will do all the stuff which we needed for serializing the data, which will come from the database table. Okay, and what is actually the serializer? Serializers actually allow complex data such as query sets and model instances to be converted to native Python data types that can then be easily rendered into JSON, XML, or other content types. Our content types is JSON, therefore we will use it. Okay. We now go to our file here and we create a serializers.py file. In the houses folder, we will create serializers.py file. And in this file, now we need to write the code of the serializer. From REST framework, we will import serializers, and then from house sys.model, we will import our house, and then house serializer. We create the class name house serializer, and into it serializers dot model serializer, and then after that we will add the class meta, and then into it we will add model equal to house, and then we will add fields equal to. For adding all fields, we can use this line. Okay, all fields. Or we can also add one by one fields, but for adding all fields, we can do this. Okay. Now we need to create the API file, which will actually get the serializers, because serializers have created the JSON of the model, and then serializer will be fetched in API. New file api.py into the houses folder, and in the api.py we will write its code. From houses.model import house, from REST framework import Viewsets permissions. Okay, what is Viewsets? Here, the interesting thing is that what is Viewset? Yeah, if you want to understand Viewsets, you just go to here, and you go to Viewsets. Viewsets create all the Viewsets we needed. Okay, and we don't need to write some extra code. It will just get the data from the serializer, and it will show according to our requirements. Okay, I have added the view sets and then permissions. After that, I need to add the serializer also. From .serializers import house serializer, and then house view set, and then the code of class house view set. Viewsets dot model viewset, and then we will write the code for query set equal to house dot object dot all, and then the permission underscore classes equal to permissions dot allow any. We actually going the permission to anyone, that anyone can create the data in our database tables. Okay, serializer underscore class equal to house serializer. Okay, that's the code for now. We are actually going to import house model from the houses.model, and then from REST framework we have imported view sets and permissions, and from .serializer which we already created serializers file, we are going to add the house serializer, and then our house view set we are going to add its parameters view sets, and then query set it will get all the table data, and then permission class we are going that only allow anyone can get the permission of our API, and then we are going to serializer class from the house serializer. Okay, that's for now. Now we need actually the urls.py file. Actually, this API will be get from the urls.py file. Our urls.py file will get it. Before creating the main our urls.py of our application, we need to add our urls.py of the application houses.py houses application urls.py. We need to add it in the main application. Main application is housing. Remember it. Main application is housing. Actually, is our project, and it will have the urls.py. Here we have much stuff. We just remove it, and we add our application here. We need to, for including it, we write include here in the URLs, and then after that here we will write the code that we are going to change it to remove it, and then we are going to include it. Included, and including it we will go that houses for URLs. Okay, we have added our houses.urls.py file actually in our main application. Our main application is housing, our project folder, and we have created the houses.urls file. Now we need to write the code of urls.py, okay, houses.urls.py, which will be in the houses folder. Here I create the file urls.py, and into this file I will write the code for it so that it will get that view set which we now created. Okay, from REST framework import routers, and then URL patterns from .api import house view set, and then we create the router equal to routers dot default router, then router dot register, and for registering we are actually going to register our URL, which we will going to call API slash houses, and then our house view set, and naming it houses, and after that we need to call the URL patterns, and into it we will give the router dot URL. Okay, that's all. Now we will go to run our application. Okay, for running the application, we should be in the manage.py folder, and here we will run our application. For running the application, it is the command that python manage.py run server. Okay, it will run our project. You can see that there is some errors are coming here. Okay, errors are on the which file? Errors are coming in the api.py line 7. api.py, this is api.py line 7. Okay, I think that I have done something wrong. I think that I need to write here that houses dot objects. I need to write this. Oh, it has solved now. Now you can see that this was the error. I have solved it, and now the application is running on this URL. We can open it, and it will show me something in the browser also. You can see it is actually a API root, but for running our API, which is this API, I need to open the Postman. In the Postman, I will be able to create the record in the table, and that record will be in the JSON format. Okay, in the JSON format, I will add the code in my table. Okay, for this I have this API slash houses folder URL, and the method should be post, and then I need to give some body. In the body, I am giving a username Fida, and then fida@abc.com, and please contact Fida. Okay, this is the message I am going to write to Fida, and then I send it. You can see that it has created. Okay, it has already created ID number in the database table, and then created 8. You can see that created 8 is created now date, which is now date. Okay, and I again create another record like this one, Iqbal, and then Iqbal@abc.com. Okay, and then please contact Iqbal. We send it. Okay, you can see that this record has also been created. ID number is generated by default from the database table, and then the name, email, message I have given and created it. Here, you remember that I given that thing which is the unique email address. If I will give that email address same again, and I give a name different, for example, I write equal to, and email address is same. If I will send it, what will happen? It will tell me houses with email address already exist. It is telling me that this email address already exists. It means that it has restricted that unique thing, so that in the unique table we cannot add again that record. Okay. Okay, that's for now, students. I think you have enjoyed it. This first video. Please connect with us so that we can give you more lessons on React and Django. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Good day.